Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, the first thing I'm going to point out is that I sound like death. And if you hear me die in this video, by that I mean sneeze, it is what it is. You'll just have to excuse me for the time being, and then we will resume the broadcasting. Alright. All right, let's dive right into it. We're going to start off over here in SPY, then we'll get into QQQ, and then we got some individual setups. All right, first things first, bull flag. You broke up to the upside, all right? So you broke out to the upside today, and you ran right into resistance. You started stalling out. What did that do? That created a potential double top we got going on here. Where is the neckline 2 said double top? It's all the way down here at 468.40. If you can come down here and break it, that is what would set up sell side structure. Until that happens, you have no reason to get bearish. Why? Because you're continuously just pushing up and creating new highs. It's just, it is what it is right now. There's nothing you could do about it. All right. You just, if you want to get bearish on the market, you're going to have to wait for something bearish to set up, because right now you just don't have it. You really don't. All right, market tried selling over there on OPEX Friday, and then just like that, today you recovered. So I'm just saying, if you want to get bearish on the market, you got to wait. Over here on QQQ, what do we got going on? All right, you also had a bullish, we didn't call it a bull flag in the weekly update like we did over there in SPY. We called it a bull pennant. All right, today you broke to the upside of that bull pennant. And if you pull back here, it's just literally going to be a retest of that bull pennant. And then I think you would probably be brought to all-time highs. Now, the all-time high is literally just over here at 408.71. Guys, that is so close. That is within like $2 of today's close. I think we're probably going there before we actually end up getting our pullback. And that means the pullback could literally just be done over here to 394, and that would be a decent sized move down, $15-20 move down, and then that would just be brought up. All right, so that's honestly what I think we have brewing up here. All right, but as of right now, guys, QQQ very close to all-time high, SPY also very close to all-time high. There's a chance, guys, that you go straight to all-time highs. If you can break 473.20 over here on SPY, which is going to be the high of this candlestick right here, if you could do that, guys, you have no resistance till you come all the way here to the all-time high at 479.98. All right, I'm just pointing out right now. All right, if you break that level, that's the next level. And I'm sorry for bears, but like, hey, you know, unless you have something bearish that sets up here, I don't even think there's a point taking puts right now. Even if you were like me, just trying puts out just all along the way, guys, you have no reason to step in right now and try puts. There's literally nothing that's bearish about these charts. I just showed you what you're going to be looking for to get bearish, which is the breakdown of 468.40. Unless you can break under there, you stay bullish or neutral on these charts. QQQ, all right, there's nothing bearish about this. You're going straight up. All right, you're right under all-time highs. You probably have a lot of people piling in short here. See, guys, my nose is stuffy, so I can't breathe too well, which means normally I have more air to breathe when I'm talking, and now I can't. Now I got to breathe out the mouth, and I got to talk through the mouth. Normally it's twice as efficient there. All right, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. QQ and SPY, I think you're going to all-time highs. QQ especially, you're only like $2 away from the all-time high right now. I do think you're definitely headed to all-time highs within the coming trading sessions within this week. And then SPY over here, guys, we're gonna have to see what happens there. If you could break 473.20, I think you're probably gonna push 479.98. All right, we pointed out in the weekly chart how the weekly candlesticks really didn't seem all too bearish to me. All right, we had green dildo looking weekly candlesticks here. That's not bearish. All right, on 3 out of 4 indexes, you ran right into resistance, but they're not necessarily bearish candlesticks. You have heavy volume and big green candlesticks on everything. Not bearish. All right. Now, I will be the guy to remind you, VIX does have the daily bullish divergence over here, and DXY has the same picture going on right here. So that has taken place. SMH, you did have that shooting star candlestick right here. It got confirmation with the candlestick close as of today, but that put in you got a topping tail followed by the bottoming tail. So, I'm going to call it a neutral market. There you go. Neutral / bullish. That is what we're rocking with. All right. Now, moving on to individual tickers, we are going to come right over here to start off with SMCI. This is something we point out in the weekly update. If you were to have bought on open, guys, you would have caught a $23 move intraday. Congratulations if anybody played SMCI. All right. I personally do think this thing is going to put in a new all-time high above 357. That is still $35 away from 322. There you go. All right. The next ticker we're going to take a look at is NEO. Now, these were the two that were on our focus list that we talked about in the weekly update over there on Saturday. Thank you for tuning in if you were with me over there on Saturday, and thank you for being with me tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me your time. Very much so appreciate that. But NEO over here, we did get a breakout. Congrats if anybody played that. You could have went all the way out to the January 19th expiration. You got over 100% gains right there. All right. Congrats if anybody played that. I know there were people who ended up playing that. All right. But I'm just going to point out, I think this move is just getting started. All right. Now, what I did is I got completely out of the shorter term contract. All right. December 29 contracts. And guess what? Further out contracts, we're going to ride those. And if we get a further pullback here and you see this trend line get tapped, I'm all for it. I'm going to start adding calls back because I think this is just getting warmed up. All right. Check it. All right. Right here. I think this is literally just basing. All right. So I do have this level laid out right here. This red line. This was the neckline of the previous base. You broke out right here, went like that, retested, and you were off to the races. You had more than 100% move following that breakout. Break and retest. Right here, break and retest off of 850, came all the way up to $16, all right? Boom, bop, bing, boo, power, 830. Went up to 16, almost 100% move. All right, right here, guys, this is the neckline, all right, of our base right here. You are also having a, right off of support or a bullish divergence on your RSI. But I want to point out, you just gapped up above that neckline. You're now retesting it. I think you're probably going to have an explosive move off of here into the 9s and 10s in the coming weeks. Keep it on the radar. All right. I think it's just getting warmed up, but congrats to anybody who played it today. You got more than 100%. Doesn't matter what contract. Guys, let's look at it this way, all right? You played the December 22 or 29 expiration. You got 200 to 300, 200 to 400%, we're going to say, if you just sold off open. Congrats, all right? Tesla, all right? Now, we're going to call it 100, 300%, all right? Because NEO did not. I thought NEO was going to rip off open. It did not. But over here on Tesla, guys, I am going to point out, you literally have a weekly breakout right here. You're not doing anything right now. You got moving and grooving it right away last time, and that can become the case this week. But I'm also going to say this thing can just consolidate here and then start moving and grooving up to 270, 280 in the coming weeks. Either way, keep it on the radar. I think this is the sexiest weekly setup that I can identify other than what I just showed you over there on NEO. Well, and SMCI. This thing looks extremely sexy, but very similar setup to the Tesla here. SMCI literally had a 7% move today following its daily close with a breakout. Tesla got a breakout, all right? Same setup, and you didn't see a 7% move, but we can. All right, we're going to have to see. All right, so keep it on the radar. But XPEV, this is what I think requires immediate attention. You have a doji candlestick off of low volume today, as you broke down. All right, but you're right at the bottom of this falling wedge, and if it's going to be put on your radar, I think now is the time to do it. Right now is a perfect day to do it. All right. I'm just going to point out, all right, immediate targets would be 16 and 17 bucks, but you know, mid to, yeah, we're going to call it midterm, 18 to 19 bucks up here. I think this thing can get moving and grooving. I think you have this inverse head and shoulders set up here. And as long as you hold 13 bucks, I think this thing looks really good. As long as you hold this little area down here where you have previously held up, you can see a common theme. All right, you see what I'm talking about, guys? As long as you could hold this little zone, you know, you've held up once, twice, 3 times. Is this about to be the 4th? I think we could have a little launch pad here. All right, keep it on the radar. Last time it went crazy, it went like really crazy. There you go. All right, last one. We're going to call it a lotto, though. Carvana. Carvana is looking like it's about to go insane in the membrane. There's nothing, no resistance above 57.40 until just about 100 bucks. You have a $40 move right here, guys. This thing literally can go bananas here. It could have a 70% move. All right, and I'm just saying, if the ticker is going to do it, it's going to be Carvana. I'm not saying it's going to do it, but if it does do it, I'm going to say I called it. All right, like I'm not saying it's going to happen. All right, but I'm definitely putting it on your radar right now. So if it does happen, I'm definitely saying I called it. Am I gonna say I played it? I don't know if I want to just throw away 50 to 100 bucks. Let's just look at some of these premiums. I was just looking at them. All right, you could like, what would I go with? I would, if I wanted to call it a lotto, I would probably buy like the $69 or $70 call right here for like 50 bucks. And I would throw away my 50 bucks. Or you're throwing away 100 bucks, you would go with the $64, $65 call. All right, but either way, just know you're throwing out your money. You could throw in 100 bucks into the $65 call here, and maybe it turns into $3,500. That's the lotto. That's a 35x there. That right there, if you have a $3,000 account, you throw 100 bucks into as a lotto. I mean, just understand, like, yeah, you're probably losing all your money. But if you even have just a $10 day here on Carvana, it goes to 65 bucks. That goes to 300 bucks. All right. The day after that, you know, let's say it moves another 10 bucks. All of that just in the money. You now have like $1,000 contract. Your lotto paid off. All right. So just know you're looking at this as a lotto. That's why I'm bringing it up last. Actually, there's one more we're going to put on your radar. All right. One more. PFE. All right. Daily setup here. It's basing on the hourly time frame. You can really see it basing, but I want to point out here, if you can get a break above this 2730 level, there's nothing until right here. It could make for a very nice little day trade here for you day traders. There's your dollar move. I haven't looked at the PFE contracts. Let's really look at the PFE contracts. I can't say I'm going to be playing that. All right. I'd rather not watch PFE. It's a slow mover, but it's one that can be on your radar. And I imagine once it gets that break, it's probably going to do the dollar move all in one day. But yeah, let's look at what are we looking at? I gotta sneeze. We gotta go so quick right now. 27.30 up to 28 bucks. We're looking at 27.50 contracts going for 12 cents. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right. Guys, you get 28 bucks. We're going to 50 cents, guys. That's a 300% move. I got you guys. All right. I got you. Guys, I'm so hyped. Like, you know, 5 years out, like I'm doing this right now. Like I like, my second language is options. I really like options. I'm so glad this is my vehicle that I chose, and I've been practicing for like years, because in 5 years it's going to be like the same, but you know, just, you know, completely different. I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying to talk really quick, so I'm like holding it in. All right. But yeah, I will catch y'all in the next one. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.